All right, so you're finally taking that big trip abroad, and you want to really polish up your English skills, right?
Yeah.
Specifically, like how to give a good compliment without sounding like you're reading from a textbook.
It's tricky, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah.
But you've come to the right place. We're going to deep dive into your research on giving compliments, but with a twist.
Oh, a twist. I like it.
We're adding this awesome fictional English podcast called Lemon Listen. Think of it as like eavesdropping on a masterclass in how to sound like a natural.
I love that. Using a real conversation to learn, that's way more engaging than a textbook.
Right, so picture this. You're listening to Lemon Listen, and Lenny's just arrived at Lucy's place. Lenny being Lenny, he starts with a compliment. Wow, Lucy, that shirt looks fantastic on you. The color really makes your eyes pop.
Okay, stop right there. See what he did? He didn't just say, nice shirt, which, let's be real, we've all said it, and it can sound a bit, well, blah. Lenny picked out a detail, the color, and then he took it a step further and said why he liked it, how it made her eyes stand out. That's what makes it genuine.
And Lucy, she's not just going to stand there. She's going to say something like, thanks, Lenny. I'm glad you like it. I thought the color would be a nice change. It feels real, doesn't it? Like we're right there with them.
Exactly. And that's how we learn those little things, those turns of phrase that you wouldn't find in a textbook. It's all about the nuances.
And the best part, Lemon Listen doesn't just give you the compliment and the response. They break it down, explaining why it worked, why it sounded so natural. Like in that example, they might point out how complimenting a color and relating it back to the person's appearance is way more effective than just saying, I like your shirt.
It's like having a language coach right there in your ear whispering, did you catch that? That's how you do it.
Now I bet you're thinking, okay, but what if I want to compliment something else, something besides someone's clothes?
Oh, I'm sure they'll cover that.
They've got you covered. Lemon Listen is like this treasure trove of examples. They cover everything from complimenting someone's amazing cooking to praising their, like, incredible work ethic.
And that's where all that research you've been doing comes in handy. Being genuine, being specific, and knowing how to tailor your compliment to the person and the situation, that's key.
It's so true. Like, think about giving a gift. It's the thought that counts, right? Same with compliments. Just saying something generic, it can fall flat. But when you put in the effort, when you're specific and genuine, it shows. So we've covered complimenting clothes, but let's say you want to compliment something a little different. Back to Lemon. Listen, Lenny's checking out Lucy's garden, and he's impressed. Instead of just saying, nice flowers, he goes a bit deeper. Something like, wow, Lucy, you've been putting in the work, haven't you? This garden is thriving.
I love that example. He's focusing on the effort, the dedication Lucy put into making her garden beautiful.
Right. It shows you're paying attention to the work behind the scenes, not just the end result.
And that's huge. According to all that research you've compiled, acknowledging effort is so important for a genuine compliment. It resonates on a much deeper level than just saying something's pretty or nice.
Absolutely. Okay, new scenario. Lenny's trying Lucy's homemade lemonade for the first time. This time, instead of a simple, this is good, he says, Lucy, this lemonade is incredible. You have a real knack for flavor combinations.
Now he's complimenting a skill, which is always a winner.
Yeah.
He's not just saying he likes the lemonade, he's saying Lucy has a special talent for creating delicious drinks.
Exactly. And that's way more meaningful, right? You're recognizing their unique abilities. It's like you're saying, hey, I see you and I'm impressed. Now, shifting gears a bit, your research also talks about the importance of body language when giving compliments. We can't just rely on words, can we?
Oh, absolutely not. You could craft the most amazing compliment in the world, but if you're mumbling it with your eyes glued to the floor, it's just not going to have the same impact. A warm smile, genuine eye contact, those nonverbal cues are everything.
It's about that congruence, right? Your words matching your body language. So we've talked about giving compliments, but what about receiving them? Have you ever noticed how we sometimes fumble when someone throws a compliment our way? Like we deflect or downplay it instead of just saying thank you?
Oh, all the time. It's like this automatic reflex. We want to be humble, so we end up rejecting the compliment instead of accepting it graciously.
So how do we get better at receiving compliments? How do we stop that awkward deflecting thing we do? Like we put up a wall, right? Like, nope, those nice words aren't for me. But your research had some good advice about this.
For sure. Sometimes the simplest thing is the most effective. Like, just start with a genuine thank you. You'd be surprised how often we forget that part.
It's true. We're so busy deflecting, we forget to just acknowledge the other person.
Right. And accepting a compliment doesn't mean you're being arrogant. It just means you're respecting the other person's opinion and their effort to say something nice.
Okay, so let's say someone compliments your presentation skills. Instead of saying, oh, it was nothing, you could try, thank you, I appreciate that, I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Exactly. That's acknowledging the compliment without downplaying your own hard work. It's a win-win.
I think I get it, but, some people listening might still feel awkward just saying thank you.
Oh, totally. It can take some practice. But here's another great tip from Lemon Listen. They talk about using a compliment as a conversation starter.
Ooh, tell me more.
So remember that lemonade scene? Lenny tells Lucy she has a real knack for flavors, right? Instead of just saying thanks, she could say something like, "Thanks, Lenny. I've been trying out different herbs in my lemonade. Mint seemed perfect for a hot day."
So she's accepting the compliment, but also sharing a bit about her process, keeping the conversation going.
Exactly. It's about finding that balance. You can be humble and still acknowledge your skills and passions.
This deep dive has been amazing. We've gone from fumbling compliments to feeling like we could talk to anyone, all thanks to Lemon Listen, your fantastic research, and maybe a few of our own insights along the way.
The coolest thing is that these skills, this art of the compliment, they work in any language. It doesn't matter if you're fluent or still learning English. Those principles of genuine connection and kindness, they're universal.
So well said. So to all our listeners out there prepping for their trips, remember, every conversation is a chance to connect, to make someone's day, maybe even make a new friend. A genuine compliment could be the key to feeling confident and navigating a new culture.
Absolutely. Embrace the power of a good compliment and see what happens. You might be surprised.
And on that note, we'll wrap up this episode of The Deep Dive. Until next time, remember to keep those compliments flowing, and don't forget to join us again soon for another deep dive into a topic that matters to you.